What's good, YouTube? We're reacting to a mother finding out her daughter is a psycho killer.
Miramar Police Department.
Okay.
How you doing, ma'am?
I'm waiting for my sister to go over there. What happened? What happened?
I just need to speak to you over here for a second.
Oh, Lord.
Right now, there's an investigation, and I guess it's your daughter.
Yeah, that's my
Your
daughter.
daughter. Her name came up, so we have to keep everybody out of apartment.
Police arrived at the home of 17-year-old Christy Parisian,
17 years old? I know the mama hurt. Like, little girl didn't get to live her life for real.
where her mother was informed that Christy had become involved in a strange and violent incident. About an hour earlier, officers had discovered the body of an 18-year-old boy named Dwight Grant near a nearby apartment complex, brutally stabbed to death.
Oh my God. Can you guys go back inside for me? Can you go back inside, please? Don't, just do as I ask, please.
Passengers have been taken into custody in the murder of 18-year-old Dwight DJ Grant.
After a body was found there, Local 10's Andrew Perez is live with
for this 18-year-old from Miramar High School, and instead, officers found a body.
As new clues surfaced and the investigation continued, police uncovered a hidden conflict between Dwight and 3 of his classmates from Miramar High School. Now officers needed to track all 3 of them down as quickly as possible to figure out what had really happened, what each of their roles was, and more importantly, why. But what detectives were about to learn about how this murder happened, why it happened, and just how complicated it truly was, turned out to be far more shocking than anyone expected.
You can't get away with nothing! There's cameras everywhere.
Everything started on a Sunday evening. On October 17th in Broward County, Florida, a nurse named Malene Emile noticed something was very wrong. Her 18-year-old son, Dwight Grant, who most of his friends called DJ, hadn't come home that day. DJ wasn't the kind of kid who disappeared without saying anything. He was responsible, focused on school, and always kept his family informed. His sudden silence was completely out of character. This was the beginning of a terrifying mystery for his family. No matter how hard they tried, no one could get in touch with DJ. He wasn't answering calls, he wasn't with any of his friends, and no one had seen him. By Monday morning, the worry exploded. DJ didn't show up to any of his classes, something that never happened. His teachers noticed immediately, his friends noticed, and his family knew.
He had to be a good kid. His teachers is on him. He ain't missing class. Like, look at him with his mama.
Something was seriously wrong. His family and friends checked every place he might have gone, called every person he might have been with, drove through neighborhoods, handed out flyers. Nothing. Police even went to the high school, hoping someone there might know where he'd gone. Officers spoke to students one by one. At this point, even the smallest detail could be the clue they needed.
Anxiety and depression, so like he would check.
He has anxiety?
No, I have
okay, so he will check on you. Yeah. Do you know the girl that he's talking to?
Dang, that's what's up.
Oh, trying to talk to?
No.
No, does he have a girlfriend?
Not to my knowledge, no.
No? Okay. All right. So you haven't seen him? What's up, man? No, everything good? Okay. Okay, so you haven't spoken to him since, is this his behavior? Like, does he do it? He's a good kid?
He's a good kid. He doesn't drink, he doesn't smoke. He goes out, he has a plan, he goes out with his friends. He calls literally all of us all the time to let us know, like, what's up, how you are.
Okay, all right.
To everyone who knew him, DJ was quiet, calm, and spent most of his free time gaming. He wasn't the type to get into fights, he didn't cause trouble, and he had zero history of reckless behavior. Nothing in his past suggested he'd ever disappear or end up involved in something dangerous. The search for DJ continued through Tuesday of that same week. Then, around 2 p.m., while officers were canvassing the area near Sherman Circle North, a quiet neighborhood in Miramar before all this, they made the worst discovery imaginable.
How'd it take 48 hours to find a body right there?
Hidden in the bushes beside an apartment building, police found the body of a young man.
Oh my God.
That's crazy.
Let me step back.
The body was found just outside the apartment building where DJ lived. All that time, he had been there, right near his own home.
That's sad.
Officers were led to the body by scattered bloodstains on the sidewalk. From an initial examination, the body had 2 fatal stab wounds, one to the neck and one to the chest. A knife was also found nearby, hidden in the
So they was definitely trying to kill little man.
bushes next to the body.
Can you go back inside, please? Don't. Just do as I ask, please.
So they should know exactly who did it since the knife right there.
In a few minutes, an officer will come talk to you. Go back inside.
That's tough.
Listen, I can't answer anything right now.
He
I
just
just need you to
ate
go
too.
inside the apartment and stay there till I can get somebody to come and speak to you, please. Listen, what did I just ask? Just give us a few minutes
Man,
and
that's
somebody
her
will come and talk to you.
son,
Just
like,
give me a few minutes. Go ahead
She
and go
ain't hearing
inside.
nothing you saying.
After speaking with DJ's family and asking them to remain patient, officers immediately blocked off the area surrounding the body and began processing the scene for evidence. 4 officers were on scene working to secure the area, search for evidence, and confirm the identity of the victim as quickly as possible.
Does this all happen aquí abajo?
Aquí abajo, sí. Ahí abajo del stairwell que está ahí había mucha sangre, and you can see that probablemente están tratando de limpiarlo. Hay una cámara aquí, hay 2 cámaras aquí, y hay una cámara en esa esquina donde lo
When did
tiraron.
this all happen?
Sunday.
On Sunday, he went missing Sunday.
Miramar is a quiet, close-knit community where news spreads fast. So when word got out about the brutal discovery of
Like, how they kill somebody in an apartment complex and nobody seen it? Ain't no way. Somebody had to be around that day.
an 18-year-old's body, tips started pouring in almost immediately. Several people came to police headquarters, hoping the information they had might help. Among them was a woman who walked into the lobby holding her teenage niece's phone. She wanted to tell police about a private group chat that had caught her attention. At the time, officers had no idea that this small piece of information would end up being the key to solving the entire case.
Can you just give me a brief rundown? I'm so sorry.
I know I've seen on the news that they found a body over by Shireign Circle, and they keep showing the picture of the kid that goes to Miramar High, saying they can't guarantee that it's him, basically, blah, blah, blah.
Okay.
But on my niece's phone, all the texts are coming through that they're her friends. There's people from school there, and they know it's him. I just came here.
That's the thing, like, somebody gonna talk. And then that somebody gonna talk. Eventually, more people than you know is gonna know.
Because my niece was telling me that she had got these texts from this girl yesterday from the modeling, and she said it was the most traumatizing day of her life when she seen him yesterday, which would have been Sunday.
Yeah.
So in my mind, 1 and 1, I'm not saying she did anything, but I'm not saying I can't come here and not show you either, because
that's real.
She keeps saying
tells everybody in the
how many people she's killed, and she's in a gang. What she?
I mean, and it could be just to be, you know, with school
Man, them
or
kids
to
don't
be
know what
tough.
in a gang means.
But you never know.
It's like, you
And
know,
the same thing. I don't want the text messages here. I don't want them
To
to
just-
show my nieces. I don't want her.
Like
I don't
her
want her
to associate
Right.
with, okay.
By the next day, Wednesday, the victim's identity was finally confirmed. The body belonged to DJ Grant, the Miramar High School student who had been reported missing.
And Nicole, there are still so many more questions than answers at this hour. Our officers came out here because they were helping the search for this 18-year-old from Miramar High School, and instead, officers found a body in the bushes.
Now, police had to start putting the broken pieces of the puzzle together. The evidence from the crime scene, and more importantly, the group chat that the woman had brought to them. Inside the chat, police found disturbing messages linked to 3 teens, 3 names that within hours would become central to the investigation. 17-year-old Andre Dexter Clements, 16-year-old Jaslyn Smith, and 17-year-old Christy.
Jaslyn looked like she already in jail. Like, come on now. What she got the jumpsuit on? Oh, this might be their jail pictures, actually. Christy, she probably innocent.
Parisian. Without wasting any time, officers began tracking them down. Christy was the first person police went to.
Miramar Police Department. How you doing, ma'am?
So, right now there's an investigation, and I guess it's your daughter?
Yeah, that's my daughter.
What we're gonna have to do is we're gonna have to keep you out of the house for now.
Me?
Yes. Nothing that has to do with you personally, but we have to keep everybody out of the apartment. So if there's anybody else in there that's in there,
My little sister, she's at work now.
But nobody else is inside?
No, only
When
three
you
of
get some,
us.
you got shoes on? Okay.
So we have detectives
Nah,
that are
I
going to
think
get a search
her
warrant.
daughter innocent.
So right
Alright.
now, we're just going to make sure nobody's
And
inside.
foreigners, they be,
And then we're going to close the door.
they don't be on
And
that.
then we're going to wait for the warrant to get here. And then
When I can come back.
When who?
When I can come back, no?
As soon as you're done with the search warrant, then
Today,
go back in.
no? Can I take my phone to call my sister? Is okay? Take my phone? My phone is right there. Can I call her? Because I'm working on her to
Well,
go.
right now at this point, we already gave you, notice that nobody can go back inside.
Can you take my phone for me? This is right there. By the way, you see my phone right there?
we really got to follow protocol.
At this point, officers didn't have a warrant, so they wouldn't allow Christy's mother to go inside the house. She waited outside with them until another law enforcement member arrived with a warrant. While they were waiting, she told them that earlier that day, Christy had left her a voice message about the murder. Because of that, they changed course, and that day, Christy had
They took my phone, so I won't be able to message you back. Don't worry, I'll be home late. Just make sure you get out there safe.
left her a voice message about the murder. Because of that, they changed course and retrieved the phone so the message could be played.
I'll be back home, and I will have my phone so they can find me. So, okay.
By now, the police had already spoken with Christy at the station. Her mother wasn't able to provide any additional information. The officers informed her that no one from the family was allowed to leave.
So are you going to be around here? Are you sticking around here? Or are you leaving?
Leaving where?
You're not going anywhere, right?
Like, where am I going? I live here.
Station.
No, I mean right now.
I'm looking for my sister to go to the police station because my sister drives.
The next person on the list was Jaslyn Smith. The officers tracked her down and managed to find her around 11 p.m. that same night. Outside her family's apartment, they spoke with her while her mother was present.
Jaslyn, did you hurt this person? I didn't. I didn't hit you or anything. I was just told to push him and make sure he stayed in a home.
I don't know exactly what happened. You're telling me that you were told to do something? I don't know what you did. I don't know what you didn't do.
She know what happened.
Said that she was told to keep him in a corner. Andre. Okay.
I don't know, we kind of look alike.
Andre told me that somebody had pissed him off, or somebody was messing with somebody else's girl or something. It had to do with some type of chick. And that he...
Wait, why Andre get Jaslyn? That's his big homie or something? Like, you getting a female to help you do this?
He was upset and that he needed some backup for a fight. He told me it was just a fight.
Jaslyn had been told to trap DJ in the stairwell. Andre needed backup for the fight, which was apparently over a girl, Andre's ex, who was now involved with DJ.
You guys don't have to stay here. You do not have to.
It'd be more cases than y'all think. These boys going after they girls. I mean, these guys killing other guys over a girl, bro. Like, they be fighting over these females. There's so much females out there, bro. You do not have to fight over somebody who don't want you. Obviously, she don't want to be with you.
Talk to me.
Are you gonna arrest my child?
No, I'm not gonna arrest your child. I want to hear what she has to say, but I wanted to reiterate because I said it to you and she wasn't here.
He told me to dress up in all black and follow him.
Andre?
Yes.
And you ain't thinking like, nah.
I want to do rag and everything. He just said, do this for me. Just help me out with a fight. We're fine. We walked all the way there. And we walked up the stairway. And Chrissy was there.
You know you finna do something bad. You dressed up in all black.
Chrissy had seduced him from what I know. I was trying to just pretend and forget that it didn't happen. I already knew that if something like this was going to happen, I already knew the cops were going to show up sooner or later. And I already started preparing myself for the worst, Ma.
What do you mean by preparing yourself for the worst?
If they send me away, Ma.
According to her, the mastermind behind the whole murder was Andre.
Yeah,
he even picked out the colors of the clothes, and the plan was just a fight. Jaslyn clearly tried to downplay her own role and choices. But over the next half hour, the officers, and even her mother, would unintentionally learn the truth from her words, shocking them to their core. Things her 16-year-old daughter had done were far beyond what her mother could have imagined. Detectives were still putting the pieces together with no clear reason to make an arrest. But Jaslyn knew what was coming. She knew there was no escape, and she had already prepared herself for the worst.
Because by everything I've already said, I'm an accomplice, and I know this, and I'm sorry.
She was looking it up. She know.
I can't. Come here.
Yeah, you better give your mama a hug. You're gonna get locked up.
The female officer at the scene can be seen briefly laughing when Smith lets out a sigh. But there's nothing funny about what's happening. A teenager has been killed, and Jaslyn has just admitted her role in what happened. She's now given police a motive. Andre had found himself in the middle of a high school love triangle between DJ and his ex-girlfriend. That's when the dark thoughts started, and the plan began to take shape. A plan that would need help. Before Sunday, before any of this began, Andre had reached out to her. He told her about the planned fight and the help he needed. Now sitting in a police car beside her mother, the officer asks Jaslyn to walk them through everything, step by step, starting from that moment.
So I'd like for you to kind of tell me, step by step, on how everything occurred, you know?
Before Sunday, before he came over.
Who's here?
Andre.
Andre's from school also?
Yes. Before he ever came over, he told me Friday, I believe it was Friday, that he had a situation that he needed to deal with, and he was wondering if I could help him out with a fight.
You don't need help with a fight. Use your mind, shorty.
In elementary, and used to be a bad kid-ish outside of school. I'd agreed because he's a good friend of mine. I'm like, it's just a fight. He had said he was going to be coming over at around 6. Okay. He came over at least 6:45, close to 7 o'clock.
Okay.
And he had proceeded to tell me the whole scenario of, we're gonna get dressed in all black. You're gonna wear clothes that you don't care about. You're gonna wear gloves. You're gonna wear do-rag. I know the whole layout of the building.
Andre already knew that Jaslyn had a reputation for fighting when she was younger. That was exactly why he chose her. He even picked out what Jaslyn should wear, telling her to wear gloves and protect her hair. Jaslyn's account helps clarify the days leading up to the murder, but one thing stands out. She repeatedly tries to downplay her role, presenting herself as someone who was merely influenced rather than involved.
Of course.
A claim that within minutes would be completely undermined by a small slip she made.
Nah, she knew, because at any given moment she could have said, nah, this ain't right, and turned around. Instead, she went through with it. But of course, she's going to downplay her role. She don't want to go to jail now.
We had gotten dressed. We had prepared. My mom had gotten home. We had told her that we were going to go on a walk. He was explaining to me that the person that me and him were going to fight with, the person he was going to seduce, had messed with a girl that he knew and had, essentially from what I know. And on the way there, he's telling me exactly where we're going to walk, exactly how we're going to walk, exactly what we're going to do, and we're going to wait for a signal. And I was like, okay, it's just a fight. But immediately when we got in there, we had walked over to where the stairwell was, while he was telling me to move this way to avoid a camera and to avoid things. So we had walked up the stairs while Chrissy stayed downstairs and made a call. Me and him were upstairs. He's just talking to me. We're relaxed. We're chill. And then he got a signal from Chrissy to walk downstairs, and he had a weapon.
At that point, I'm leaving. You ain't getting me caught up in nothing, whatever you got going on. I'm gone.
With him. He told me to hold the weapon. We had gloves on at this time still. We had walked down the stairs. He had approached the boy, and Chrissy had moved back and walked down the stairs full.
Did you know this boy or no? Okay.
When the boy tried to make a run with it, run for it, after Andre approached him and was like, yeah, we have a problem. He has me standing behind the weapon. Chrissy looked at me and he made a run for it, and I'm like, okay, weapons just for intimidation, I'll put this down. I ran and I helped Andre to tackle him and put him onto the ground.
Jaslyn uses the word weapon. Even though she's detailed and specific in almost every other part of her story, she keeps this part vague. We already know DJ was found with 2 stab wounds, so whatever the weapon was, it clearly wasn't a gun. What that weapon actually was, and why Jaslyn avoided naming it, becomes clear later in the interview. And it's something that will shock you.
Andre asked for the weapon after explaining to him that he was going to kill the other boy. He had asked for the weapon, and I just handed it to him. I'm like, I don't know about this, but I'm like, okay, maybe you're joking, because me and Andre are playful. We like to mess around, and we do like play fight, and we're just very like a sibling type of relationship.
But this time, nothing felt like a joke. The weapon he used, the level of planning involved, his behavior, and the sheer intensity of the violence he unleashed all point to the same conclusion. This was a planned killing, not a spontaneous act.
He proceeded to take out a small weapon and attempt to stab.
And you not trying to stop your friend, brother, at this point? Like, nah, bro, you tripping, chill, like.
And he was failing, and I was just like, okay, I didn't see it because I'm holding his legs. So I'm in a position where I'm holding both of his legs, and I'm wrapped around his under torso, and I just feel poking right here.
Jaslyn claims she didn't know Andre's full plan, but she did admit that she helped, holding DJ down even after the stabbing began. As disturbing as that is, Jaslyn never stopped or showed regret during the attack. Not when DJ was begging for help. Not even as he was slipping in and out of consciousness after being stabbed.
And then he had another smaller weapon, and he took that out, and he stabbed him right here. Also, the boy was just like, you're gonna...
She don't even sound traumatized. Like, you holding a man, you holding a boy that's getting stabbed to death, and you fine the next couple days. Like, I would be telling on myself, like, oh, I don't know. Like, she chill.
That killed me. Just choke me out or like end it because he kept going in and out.
DJ knew he was dying. Under the pressure and pain he was in, he begged Andre to choke him and end it quickly. Andre ignored him and stabbed him again. After that, DJ went unresponsive. He stopped struggling and tragically died at the scene. In Jaslyn's version of events, she says she was told to do what she was assigned without asking questions. As the confrontation escalated, she says she didn't fight back because she was terrified of what might happen. Throughout her account, she places nearly all the blame on Andre. That explanation mostly holds up until Jaslyn slips up. In the middle of her story, she mentions a detail that seriously undermines her claim that she didn't know this was a murder plan, and instead places her right at the center of it.
Prior to this, he had told me that this was the first person he had ever killed.
Prior to this, he had told you that?
When we were at the house, we were just talking about the whole plan of what to do, what was going to happen, but he never told me that he was going to kill somebody until at this time. You know, like, this is the first person. I'll leave it here. I'll ask Chrissy. I'm going to leave.
That single detail changes everything. It shows that Jaslyn knew about the murder plan long before it happened. Now her story starts to crack. It directly contradicts her earlier claim that she had no idea this was meant to be a killing. At this point, it's clear she was far more involved in both the planning and the decision than she had admitted. That's when the officer shifts the focus and asks about the weapon used in the attack.
I'm assuming it's a knife then that he had?
There is a knife and there is a longer.
A longer what?
Sword.
A sword. Okay.
A knife is something that can be easily concealed, but a sword isn't. Hiding something like that would be almost impossible. It's hard to believe that Jaslyn and Christy could have been around Andre all that time without noticing the sword. Now detectives finally have enough pieces to start shaping a version of events that's much closer to the truth. But before moving forward, they still needed to make sure the physical evidence matched the story.
So you saw the big sword when he first showed up here in the first place?
No. I didn't see it exactly. I only saw that there was a bag with it, and I was like, okay. Because somebody else had taken everything out of the house behind us, and I didn't know where that was. And I believe it was either in like a jacket with him, or with Chrissy in an extra jacket or in a bag with them.
Jaslyn could tell detectives were zeroing in on one key detail. She knew about the sword before they ever left the house, and that meant she knew the plan from the start. She tried to distance herself from it, saying that when they left, Andre grabbed a small knife and a larger sword, but she claimed she didn't actually see the sword at first and assumed it was already in the bag. Detectives weren't convinced. By now, there were too many gaps in her story. The teens believed they had pulled off the perfect crime. They killed someone in broad daylight in a tucked-away stairwell inside a busy apartment complex, avoided security cameras, and left no direct eyewitnesses. If the group chat messages hadn't surfaced later, they might have gotten away with it. But everything started to fall apart after the attack. They dragged DJ's body into the bushes, packed the weapons and supplies into a bag, and returned to Jaslyn's complex. There, they made a serious mistake. In an open, grassy area, clearly visible from nearby apartments, they started a fire and burned the bloody clothes using gasoline. As they sat there, shaken, but still hoping they were in the clear, a security guard spotted them. In that moment, the cover-up ended, and he wasn't the only one watching. Another resident had seen them too and later told police exactly what she saw.
The two girls, they were just standing there, but they weren't moving much. The chubby girl, she was just like moving back and forth, but like standing in the same spot but moving a little bit. And then the guy was moving around the fire, just throwing more gasoline. I didn't see their face, but I saw their body shape. And seeing them on the photos, you could picture them, especially the chubby girl. You could feel the traumatization from them, and you could feel like they were scared, but you could also feel like they had that energy of the way of thinking like he deserved it. Like you could notice that.
He did not deserve that over a female, bro.
Security camera footage from the apartment complex backed up much of Jaslyn's story. The cameras showed the three teens dressed entirely in black as they approached the stairwell where DJ was attacked. One camera even captured DJ Grant's final moments. Another showed the teens dragging his body toward the bushes exactly as described. But as detectives reviewed everything more closely, cracks began to appear. Parts of Jaslyn's version didn't fully line up. Police seized the teens' phones and went through their messages. It didn't take long to find something that directly contradicted Jaslyn's claim that this was only meant to be a fight. One message revealed the true mindset behind the plan.
White DJ Grant was killed back in October, and for months now, the three teens that are accused in his case have been kept in jail.
All the evidence was clear. Within days, police moved in on all three suspects. Jaslyn Smith, Christy Parisian, and Andre Clements were all arrested. Each of them was charged as an adult. All three were charged with tampering with
I had hope for Christy. I thought she was going to be the only innocent one.
evidence and conspiracy to commit murder. Christy and Jaslyn were each charged with second-degree murder. Both eventually pleaded guilty and were sentenced to 25 years in prison, followed by an additional 10 years of probation. Andre Clements, who was 17 at the time, was considered the mastermind behind the crime and the one who delivered the fatal sword strike that killed DJ. He faced the most serious charge, first-degree premeditated murder. On February 18, 2025, Andre Clements, now 20 years old, also pleaded guilty. He was sentenced to 40 years in prison, followed by lifetime probation.
A caring, loyal, honest person would be there for you in a second and a heartbeat.
That's so messed up, bro. I swear, these kids is crazy nowadays. You in high school planning murders, and y'all going through it.